Yeah, those dark numbers. Dark numbers. They're red in different colors, but still, it's hard to see. Cambria will do a running play just to the left of center, and the ball taken up to right around the 25-yard line. Pickup of about 4 yards on the play.
Krieger with a gain of 3.
Krieger with that. Trevor Krieger carried the ball on that one. Yeah, give him 3 on that. It's going to be a 2nd down and 7 with the ball sitting right at the 25-yard line of Cambria Friesland.
Pretty good hit there by Brady Preby. Really stood him up right at the contact point.
Like I said before, a couple of very good running backs with Trevor Krieger and Isaac DeYoung in the backfield. Quarterback is Carter Drews. And they're going to take it around the left side with Trevor Krieger handling it. And, man, he's got some speed on his feet yet, crossing the 40. Got a whole bunch of Hilltoppers ahead of him, plus he's got some pretty good wheels himself. Gets himself a big pickup to right around the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Hilltoppers.
17, 18 yards on that carry. That was all about speed there. Got to the edge, and you could just see him accelerate once he started north and south.
Interesting how they kind of shift around in the backfield. Looks like the quarterback's there, then they shift it over one spot, and then they snap the ball right in the hands of Trevor Krieger. Got that big gain. Again, a very tight formation right now. And going to go a little left of center on the next carry. Maybe about a 5-yard gain on the play up to about the 47-yard line.
Preview again on the tackle. Not good when your secondary is coming up and making a lot of the hits and showing you.
Isaac DeYoung on the carry on that one. Remember, DeYoung has the long white socks. He started going by what they wear. He's the only guy. Isaac DeYoung's got the long white socks. He's one of their 2 main carriers out there.
Yeah, not big guys, these backs. Very tight formation.
Yeah, they just hit it hard, and everybody just gangbusters right up the field. And that's a carry by Isaac DeYoung. I tell you, the linemen just take off. They're not oversized linemen up there, and these guys just take off up the field blocking, and those running backs are right behind them, and pretty impressive. They just explode off the ball. Ball sitting now just inside the 45-yard line over on the Randolph side of the field. 1st and 10 again for the Hilltoppers.
You and I mentioned off air to each other that Coach Bilesma he likes to run it on the ground. Very few pass attempts as the whole season goes on. Just don't throw the ball very often.
Okay, just a snap right to the running back coming around the right side and on his feet. And heading into the end zone, looks like Trevor Krieger on the carry from almost 45 yards out. Wow, again, they hit those holes hard, and they get around to the corners hard. You don't know who the ball's getting snapped to. Impressive drive there by Cambria Friesland.
Right, you mentioned not a very big offensive line. They're fast, and right there, that's the old student body right. Pulled out about 3 guys from that offensive line, and everybody was going around the corner, chipping someone. And then use those fast backs to get down the sideline.
So 7:06 left in the first quarter of action, trying for the 2-point conversion and try to throw it into the end zone, just lobbing it up there, and about 5-6 players there from a few from both teams, and the pass gets knocked down, but incomplete on their 2-point conversion, but a 45-yard touchdown run for Krieger. 6-0 Cambria Friesland. Back with Randolph's response to that coming your way in just 1 minute on Radio Plus.
How do you make the most of your land? The Mosers do it with their John Deere Gator XUV 590M. That's how they
cram a lot of the work in each day.
And with a 900-pound payload capacity, they have the power to move on to what's next.
We're always switching gears.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit Ballwig Implement, Highway 68 West Waupun, and Ballwig Turf and Leisure North Spring Street Beaver Dam, and online at ballwig.biz.
He's to receive the kit number 20, Carter Meredith.
Okay,
And
we are back.
23.
And again, a pretty impressive runner on that right side in the end zone in a hurry for Trevor Krieger, following some of those blockers and just going past everybody after that. Ball is taken by Nicholas Cutsum over the right side. He's going to head right up the field and breaks through. He's by the 40, the 30. He's heading down to the 20. He's going to go all the way in for an immediate response by the Randolph Rockets. I don't know, about 75 or 80 yards that he ran that thing back, but man, he ran like a shot. Found a little crease right up the middle, and then boom, gone along the right side. Nicholas Kutzma turning a kickoff back to pay dirt, and we're tied at 6 apiece with 6:54 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, nothing special in the blocking scheme, just a center return, and he got through the initial line, stuck his left foot in the ground hard, made a little bit of a right turn and got to the outside, and then it was a foot race from then on. Beautiful return by Kutzma.
Yeah, it looked like he had it about the 20 or the 25-yard line to start, right around that area, maybe the 25, a 75-yarder. Setting up for a 2-point conversion, and Hollander's going to try to squeak in the end zone, and he does, and Randolph takes the lead back just like that, leading 8-6. With just under 7 to play in the first quarter. We'll take another break, back in 30 seconds with more football action on Radio Plus.
Dairyland Auto Center in Randolph is the place to bring your vehicle to keep it running its best. Owner Micah Voskill has been working at Dairyland for over 20 years. Their ASE certified mechanics can do everything from replacing your tires, brakes, and battery, oil changes, and simple maintenance to replacing your transmission. And they use quality Napa parts. Pamper your vehicle with a visit to Dairyland Auto Center in Randolph. They wish the Randolph Rockets good luck in today's game.
In a bottle there for the Randolph Rockets, with Nicholas Kutzma taking it at the 25 and taking it all the way to the house the other end. Pretty impressive run, and he was looking back already about the 20-yard line to see if anybody was around him, and he knew that he had this touchdown. Pretty impressive run there by Kutzma.
I'd have to assume that Randolph knows the importance of the extra points and the 2-point conversions as well, because losing that game by 1 point last week, I would think that would have been stressed to how important it is to get those 2-point conversions early in the game.
So I wondered, I said, we'll see what Randolph's answer is, and they answered immediately. Just a few seconds later, 7:06 for the Cambria Friesen touchdown in the first quarter left, and then it was just 12 seconds later that Randolph had their 6 points and had 2 on top of it. Ball lands right around the 25-yard line. And a good job on kickoff coverage by the Rockets. Only about a 3-yard return. Maybe Bryce Vertagic over in that area. You got to tell body language when they get up, along with one of his teammates, Logan Beatty, also over in that area. So good job covering the kickoff, and see how Randolph responds defensively to Cambria Friesen, who had a pretty impressive drive on their first drive of the game.
And I would be trying to get the running backs turned to the interior. You cannot let all of the big runs that Cambria had were down the sideline. You can't let them get the edge and go. We're seeing a wide side of the field towards you and I right now. A lot of room to go here, so you got to keep that corner held.
Taking around the left side, Trevor Krieger has it. And he's going to get himself a nice gain to maybe just shy of the 35-yard line. Maybe give him the 35 on that, about a 7-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 3 for Cambria.
Tackle by number 55,
Nothing fancy by the Hilltoppers at all. Just, tight formations and get a few bodies out in front. Pull those linemen, those smaller, quicker linemen, pull them out in front and try and put a hat on a hat and let your running back make something happen.
Xander Padilla credited with a tackle on that play for Randolph, just a sophomore. So they're going back to Krieger again, this time around the left side again, and they're going to move the sticks. Got himself just enough for a first down. Ball up to the 40-yard line.
Young picks up the first down.
Probably about 4 yards, maybe 4.5 for DeYoung on that carry.
Yeah. So first and 10 for Cambria, with Randolph leading this game here in the first quarter, 8-6 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Actually, that's Carter Drews that has the quarterback that has the long white socks on, and he's kind of a lead blocker on a lot of plays as they try to go up the middle, and Randolph right there, and they blow the whistles and call the play dead.
Carter Drews stop for no gain.
Carter Drews on the carry for no gain, and ball again sitting right at the 40. It'll be a second down and 10 yards to go for the Hilltoppers.
I don't know if I've really seen that a lot, where you put your running backs and your quarterback into a shotgun, and then just you don't know which guy is going to get snapped to. It can go to either running back, can go to the quarterback.
Yeah, that's an unusual. I don't remember that being a thing that Cambria Free Zone has done, the games that we've done in the past. It's like Krieger trying to go around the left side, and Randolph all over that again. It's like Bryce Ratajczyk came up with a football afterwards, but it's called the play dead.
Young with a gain of about 2 yards.
Isaac DeYoung on the carry. 24 and 14. Like I said, hard to see those numbers.
It is
from
very.
the pickup.
Jenkins.
And big Lane Jenkins gets the credit for the tackle. Ran into the brick wall of Lane out there. So maybe get a yard total on those two plays. It's a third down and about 9 yards to go, with the ball sitting just shy of the 41-yard line.
Cambria has tested the interior. You got to be careful they don't get to an edge here.
And they give it to Drews, looking up the field, and it goes right through an awkward play for a receiver to try to haul it in right around the 45-yard line over his helmet. And it's going to be a fourth down and 9 now for Cambria, trying to find Krieger down the field.
Yeah, Cambria does not throw the ball much. It's just not part of their game plan, and
Carter Meredith back.
didn't look real pretty there, to be honest. You can see why.
Carter Meredith was back to receive the punt, now kind of inching up a little bit in case there's any trickery involved. Well, now the punter goes back, so Carter goes back. Set up right around the 25-yard line. Good punt. He takes it right about the 28-yard line. Going to head right up the middle. Cuts off to the left into a couple Hilltoppers and gets taken down right about the 42-yard line.
It's a nice job right there, Steve, by Meredith. Tell you what, you can let that go. That was not easy. A little pressure coming down on him. Sometimes young guys will let it go. That could have been a 25-yard difference in that. Just stepping up, making the catch, and then getting himself about 10 yards afterwards.
So the ball again at the 42-yard line of Randolph. Yeah, you mentioned that quite often about how the importance of catching the punt or the kick, because if you don't catch it, that could be a 20-yard, 25-yard difference on where that ball is going to be for your team.
It takes a lot of courage. Not every kid can do that. It's kind of hung out there, and you don't know how close the defense is when you're making the catch.
Well, he's going to hand the ball right up the middle to Ratajczyk, the fullback, and he's going to pick up right around 4 yards on the play. Going to be a second down and about 6 to go. Ball sitting just past the 45-yard line. Second down and 6 now for the Rockets.
Nice quick hitter right up the middle. And Ratajczyk, after contact, able to fall forward. Maybe got an extra yard and a half.
Randolph going with the trips out to the right now. One receiver split out to the left. This Bryce Ratajczyk in the backfield with Alex Hollander. Well, we thought he was going to come around the other side. Hollander has to keep it himself, but still gets some positive yards of about a 4-yard carry and gets it up to right to the 50-yard line. It'll be third down and 2 yards to go.
Definitely a broken play right there. Yeah. Hollander turning one way, nobody to hand it to. Going quick.
And Hollander's going to take it around the right side. Nobody's out there. He's got a blocker ahead of him. Crosses the 30-yard line, still on his feet. Knocked out of bounds inside the 25. Good job out in front of him. Who was that? Cody DeVries looks like that was out in front of him and blocking and really bought him a bunch of territory down the sidelines. Cambria a little fooled on that one. They thought that ball was going to be coming up the middle, maybe a handoff to Ratagic, and Hollander grabs it and takes it up the field for a nice carry just right around the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. Hilltopper territory for the Randolph Rockets. Diedrich Myers split out to the left, and DeVries out to the right in motion. Now Jacob Kyle on his feet yet gets stood up and taken down right around the 15-yard line. Another nice gain there for the Rockets.
That's that counter play we've seen ran with Kyle.
That's been very effective this year, the games we've seen.
Very effective is right. They fake handoff one way. Kyle comes back. He gashed for about 13 yards, I think, on that carry. That was a nice pickup.
Nice carry. I like that play. And that, like I said, that's been very effective on the season so far. And Kyle's been having himself a really nice season for the Rockets, averaging almost 70 yards a game rushing. Yeah, they're going to give it to Ratagic up the middle. Heads up the middle, kind of cuts it to the left a little bit and gets himself, maybe inside the 10-yard line up to about the 9-yard line. Looks like about 5-yard gain on that carry for Bryce Ratagic. He's getting all the weapons out there with Kyle. Ratagic's carried the ball. Brady Prevy's had it already. Nick Kutzma. So getting the hands of a lot of different guys out there, mixing it up well.
Still room for Randolph to get a first down here without scoring a touchdown, so a little room to breathe.
Myers split out to the right. Kyle in motion. Hollander looks like he's going to keep it all the way and lowers his head and gets himself up to the 5-yard line, maybe just inside the 5.
Hollander was the ball carrier.
So they're going to be about a yard or so short of a first down yet with the ball back into the ball sitting on the 5. 3rd down and 1 yard to go now, according to the official scoreboard here with 1:35 and counting down in the first quarter of action here at Cambria Friesen High School. 8-6 the lead for the Rockets, but they're threatening right now inside the 5-yard line. Prevey in motion. Hollander's got it. He's going to lower himself down, see if he can get that first down, and they're going to say he's down before he gets to the end zone. He's got himself the first down. And looks like he's taken down right around the 1-yard line. Must have went down and tried to scoot in there yet in the end zone, but said no, he was down. But still a 1st and goal with the ball sitting right around the 1-yard line.
I think the ball might have came loose too. I think that was the key there. Yeah,
okay.
the official saying he was down before it came loose, but yeah, the ball was loose on the ground. But yeah, 1st and goal. You gotta like it.
Here we go. Big opportunity again for Randolph. Up by 2 right now. See if they can put themselves up by a couple scores. Diedrich Myers split it by himself out in the left side of the field here for the Rockets. Hollander back in the shotgun, gets a high snap and has trouble hauling it in. And by the time he finally does get it back in his hands yet, going to get tackled for a loss of about 4 yards, maybe down at the 5-yard line. He's going to lose about 3 or 4 yards on the play. Ball sitting right at the 5. It'll be 2nd down and goal with the ball sitting at the 5.
First to hit him was Brady
Alex was fortunate just to get a hand on that. Almost snapped over his head. Had to elevate and knock it to himself. Just kind of tapped it. And by the time it came back down, there was nowhere to go.
Randolph sitting at a 1st and goal. The ball at the 5-yard line. In motion. The Rockets saying Hollander is going to pitch it out last second. And that's over to Kutzma. He's going to get tossed for about a 2-yard loss. And Nicholas Kutzma. Randolph going the wrong way. Had it all the way up to the 1-yard line. Then a couple negative yard plays for him. The ball sitting now at the 7-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and goal. And we ran out of time here in the first quarter of action. Randolph leading 8-6. We'll come back in 1 minute with the second quarter of action from Cambria Friesen High School on Radio Plus.
Chad and Tricia Dinkle, owners of Otter's Inn Bar and Grill in downtown Randolph, wish the Randolph Rockets good luck in today's game. Otter's is the perfect place to take friends and family for a delicious meal. Their menu includes a great selection of appetizers, burgers, specialty sandwiches, and pizzas. And they have great daily specials, including their excellent Friday fish fry and juicy and tender prime rib on Saturdays. For an enjoyable dining experience, head to Otter's Inn Bar and Grill, 179 Stark Street in Randolph. Dairyland Auto Center in Randolph is the place to bring your vehicle to keep it running its best. Owner Micah Voskill has been working at Dairyland for over 20 years. Their ASE certified mechanics can do everything from replacing your tires, brakes, and battery, oil changes, and simple maintenance to replacing your transmission. And they use quality Napa parts. Pamper your vehicle with a visit to Dairyland Auto Center in Randolph. They wish the Randolph Rockets good luck in today's game. The Boathouse Pub and Eatery on the shores of Fox Lake serves lunch and supper with the best view of Fox Lake. Their menu gives you many delicious options like burgers, pizza, nachos, chicken, sandwiches, wraps, and so much more. The Boathouse has great specials Monday through Saturday, including all-you-can-eat chicken wings, all-you-can-eat spaghetti, burgers and fries, tacos, and of course their amazing fish fry. Bring your friends or make new ones at the Boathouse Pub and Eatery on Chief Kuno Trail, Fox Lake.
Here we go, everybody. Big play right now for Randolph.
Third and goal for the Rockets.
Ball sitting at the 7-yard line, 3rd and goal for the Rockets. Trying to extend their 8-6 lead here, beginning of the second quarter of action. Hollander tries to find some room around the right side, then pitches it out last second over to Prevey, and he is in the end zone. A last second pitch in the hands of Brady Prevey, and he finishes over by the pylon over on the right side and brings it in. Nerves of steel again for Alex Hollander. Last second decision to pitch it out and finds Prevey coming around the right side, gets it to him, and he finishes hard, gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Randolph.
Hollander puts so much pressure on the defense. You know, if you don't go and try and put a lick on him, he's going to hang on to it, and he just waits and waits. And once the defense commits, he makes a pitch. And we saw it kind of backfire one time when he was so late with the pitch that it went behind the running back. But still a very, very aggressive young man out on the football field.
Randolph trying to add to their lead right now, up 14-6. Going for the 2-point conversion. And Hollander's going to pitch it out last second on the right side over to Meredith, and he's in again, drawing the defense to him, getting it to Meredith, and he is in easily for a 2-point conversion. Randolph now leading 16-6. We'll be back with more of the second quarter of action right after this on Radio Plus.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem.
My name's Gary. I had arthritis really bad in my right knee over 3 months ago. Couldn't really do anything, couldn't do stairs, just simple stuff. And now I can do things I couldn't do before. I can climb stairs, walk, anything. My spine's better. And my personal opinion is you're a fool not to get this done.
Hi, my name is Joni. I came here because I needed a new knee, but I didn't want to go through all that surgery and everything. I'm very pleased with it. And the reason I did it because I couldn't go up and down stairs very well. I couldn't work too long hours and had a hard time getting in and out of the car. I had to lift my knee up. And now I can do all those things. And I have no pain, and I would recommend it to everyone, and I have.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
We are back again. The Randolph Rockets with a touchdown. First play of the second quarter. Brady Prevey getting the pitch out around the right side, takes it in, and then Meredith takes it in on, again, another last-second quarterback option, flicking it out to him, gets easily into the end zone. Randolph leading 16-6 in your New Medical Integrated Healthcare scoreboard. Ball is taken right around the 15-yard line in the hands of Brady Sanborn, number 21. And again, Randolph, man, they are tenacious to the ball. That last drive that Cambria Friesen had, they really picked things up defensively, figured things out, and great job covering that kick.
I believe Cody DeVries again on the tackle. Their special teams busting down the field, making a good open field tackle. Those ever important 2-point conversions too.
Yes. Yeah, that
learn as the season goes on sometimes how valuable that can be late in the game.
Yeah, now a 10-point lead, 16-6 for Randolph by converting both of their opportunities so far in the ball game. Again, Randolph defense quick to the ball, but still some positive yardage up to right around the 25-yard line. And DeYoung gets the carry and gets himself about a 5-yard gain. Isaac DeYoung on the carry.
Hilltoppers, the last maybe 6 or 7 offensive plays, they've ran inside the tackle. You keep worried about, being worried about that outside edge and just looking for that, what I would call the old student body. You pull all those linemen and you lead with a fullback and get about 6 guys out front and try and get to the outside. And that's where they were the most successful in the first quarter.
Cambria with it. Receivers split out to the right now. And here's the quarterback, Drews, looking up the field, crossing pattern over the middle, and it's complete. That's a first down for the Hilltoppers. Right upon Bermania out there. Drake Bermania on the reception. Just that one guy that was split out to the right, and he just kind of went from the right side of the field, cut off to his left across the field, and he found him right straight away and put it right in his hands for a completed pass. First down now at the 37-yard line for the Hilltoppers.
Bermania able to find a little gap behind the linebackers and in front of the safety. Pretty good pass right there.
Going to get to Krieger, and he's going to take it around the right side, crosses the 35, and ball he's still on his feet yet, still battling. I thought the way they were running, the ball was loose, but he was still on his feet yet. And he gained a long way to go to get himself about a yard up to, they're going to put it at the 39-yard line. Yard and a half, 2 yards on the carry.
Another good job by Randolph keeping the outside edge sealed. Looks a lot better right now. Nobody's getting turned in when they're outside contained, able to hold the edge, turn it back. Even if you don't make the play, turn it back into where your other 10 teammates are and allow someone to make the tackle.
Second down, almost 9 yards to go, and now a first down and more for the Hilltoppers on that carry, getting it just into Randolph territory.
Picks up the first down.
It's in the hands of, as I've written down here before, Sox out there, Isaac DeYoung. Sox DeYoung out there with the carry, gets it to the 49-yard line of Randolph. First and 10 now for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, DeYoung only a junior, 5'9" and 200, as you said.
Yeah, that's a load.
That's the Barry Sanders type of body right there, low to the ground.
And here goes Krieger. He gets a snap, goes around the right side, has a 45 up the field along the sideline. Tries to cut it back, and he's going to get taken down right around the 25-yard line or so. And he's fun to watch once he gets full stride out there. He is fast. Coming around that side, looked like he might get cut off, but now he just headed up along that sideline, had a few blocks, and then did the rest himself and got up to the 25. First and 10 now for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, he appears to be the fastest guy in the field for both teams because when he accelerates, he does run away from people.
First and 10 now for the Hilltoppers, trailing Randolph 16-6. So we don't have a camera on the scoreboard out there. A short gain of about a yard or so to about the 23-yard line.
A gain of about 2 yards.
Scoreboard here at Cambria kind of designed for the home crowd, not for the visiting side here.
No, it's
put it at a nice angle right towards the home bleachers, but if you're a visiting fan sitting on this side, you're going to crane your neck a little bit to see them.
That's a severe angle that we get to look at here, and that we can't get a camera so we can get over to that to get a good shot of it. It's going to go around the right side with it now, and Randolph all over that one, and nowhere to go on that carry.
May have even lost a little bit on that play. Yeah, maybe.
Krieger picks up about a yard.
Maybe going to give him a yard at the most.
Yeah, the thing with Krieger for Randolph is just don't let him get any kind of lane to get any kind of speed built up and shut him down right that line of scrimmage. And they did that time. Good job by Randolph.
Yeah, and that takes discipline. That takes discipline because you like to cut inside when you see him coming. You're used to the speed that most people move at, and then you got a guy that's just got an extra gear, and you gotta stay disciplined and stay to the outside.
3rd down and 8 now with the ball at the 23-yard line. They're going to try to take it around the left side and be in the hands of Isaac DeYoung possibly on that one. Didn't look at his socks, but gets it up inside the 20-yard line. Drew's a quarterback on the carry on that one.
Interchangeable, these running backs and quarterbacks, because they shift around in the backfield. You never know where the snap is going.
Big play here, a 4th down and right around 3 or 4 yards to go.
Bringing big Lane Jenkins into the middle there now.
They try to take it up the middle. Looks like they did. They're going to come up short on that one, I would think. Kind of at an angle.
DeYoung was the ball carrier.
And he did not make it. DeYoung on the carry and comes up short on the play, and Randolph did what they had to. They bent a little bit but didn't break, and they're going to get the ball back, getting it back on downs. Nice job by the interior part of the line for Randolph, and those linebackers filling in there and stopping the play short of the 1st down.
Yeah, wasn't even that close, to be honest with you. No measurement needed. Probably a good yard and a half short of that 1st down.
So Randolph gets it back with a timeout on the field. We'll do the same back in 1 minute with more football action on Radio Plus.
The power of intelligent farming is here. The remarkable new T7 Heavy Duty with PLM Intelligence is available now at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown. Built on the legacy of the acclaimed New Holland T7 tractor family, the T7 Heavy Duty delivers leading all-around performance and comfort. You'll see wider, operate quieter, think smarter, and feel stronger. 2 models are available, featuring up to 313 horsepower. Designed for you, by you, the new T7 Heavy Duty with PLM Intelligence lets you put intelligent farming to work right now. See one today at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over.
Welcome back to Cambria Friesen High School. Great job by the Randolph defense. Getting it back on downs. Good job. Like I said, bent a little bit. They let him get down a little further in the territory than they wanted to down to Randolph territory. But when it came to that 4th and 4, shut him down, and they got it back now with a 10-point lead, leading 16-6, 6:38 left in the half in favor of the Randolph Rockets.
It's been a very clean played football game. Very few flags in this game on either team.
Ball's handed around Alex Hollander hangs on to the ball, and again, he's not afraid to mix it up out there. A physical runner, being a quarterback.
Hollander with a gain of about 5 yards.
Gets 5 yards on the play and makes it a 2nd down and 5 to go.
Tackled by Salgado.
5 carries for Hollander so far.
Yeah, I like his decision making. Besides having a kind of an errant, couple questionable pitch outs, but he's a gutsy little player out there, and then he's really not afraid to take a hit if he has to get that ball up last second, and really sets his teammates up to success out there by doing that. Going to pitch it out on the left side over to Kutzma. He gets tripped up. Just get some yards on the play, maybe another 2 yards on the play or so. Makes it a 3rd down and 3 to go. So 3rd and 3. All sitting right around the 24-yard line now on the Randolph side of the field. Got one score. See Randolph trailing Port Washington after 1 quarter.
Ripon,
I should say, 33-0. Ripon in that game against Port Washington. And here goes Hollander around the right side, gets to the corner, turns it up, lowers his shoulder to finish, and he's nice physical play getting taken down by Brady Sanborn on the play, but he finished hard and put the punishment on the defender on that one, gets himself a 1st down for the Rockets. The guy to watch. He'll play physical out there too, and like on defense too. He's just a hard-nosed player.
Yeah, once he realized he wasn't going to get to the outside edge on just this flat-out speed, he as you said, lowered the shoulders and able to get about two more yards.
And they're going to give it over to Ratajczyk up the middle. He's got the legs churning. Good positive carry there for Bryce Ratajczyk, the fullback. And he's got himself just shy of the 40-yard line.
Bryce Ratajczyk picks up about
8 yards on the carry, and it's a 2nd down and 2 for Randolph. He's taking big chunks of time off the clock with a 10-point lead, up 16-6 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard.
Yeah, Ratajczyk, 4 carries. Let's give him 22 yards.
Hollander with a low snap and now in trouble, and he gets taken down for a loss on the play. And kind of had a little trouble with that one. Came in hot, and he kind of had to get the control of the ball. He does wait instead of trying to make something happen. Just grabbed the ball and then went down hard after that. He's going to lose about 3 yards on the play. Makes it a 3rd down and 5 yards to go now for the Rockets.
Yeah, it's a good decision right there. Don't try and do too much. You just hope to live another play, Don't make some kind of silly mistake and turn it over. It's a big play right here, Steve.
Yeah, it's a big one for Randolph. Wants to keep this drive going right now with 3rd down and 5, still in their own territory. Going to give it to Kutzma on the counter play, and he's got a hole, and he's going to get himself inside the 40-yard line, and we've got some flags at the end of the play, so there's going to be more yards given to the Randolph Rockets on that play.
It may have been a face mask.
A couple plays coming out at the same time on that one, but again, there's that counter play again. Whether it's to Kutzma, whether it's to Kyle, it's been successful a couple times in this ball game in a big way.
I was going to say that's about 26 yards right there on that counter, and there's going to be more tacked on, I believe.
Here we go. Goes the ball carrier down the field, crosses the 30, down to the 30 yard, inside the 30 now. They're going to put it, should be about a 15-yard penalty, so they're going to put it right about the 23-yard line. Face mask call is verified here.
That's what it looked like, the way Kutzma went down. You couldn't actually see it from our vantage point, but the way his head went down first.
So 1st and 10 for the Rockets at the Hilltopper 23-yard line, up by 10. And again, mishandled ball. Hollander's in trouble again, kind of scrambling, and this throws it. Yeah, they threw it backwards a little ways over towards Prevey, but incomplete. And Randolph will just go 2nd down and 10 now, with the ball still at the 23-yard line.
That ball was live until it went out of bounds. But
yeah, that's right. It was a pitch back. It was a backwards throw. So, yeah, you lose yards on it. And ball sitting now at the 32-yard line. So that's about 9 yards on the play.
Nobody really went after it at all either. That was
no, 2nd down and about 19 to go now for the Rockets. The counter again with Kyle. I should say Kutzma again, and he's going to get himself up to right around the 25-yard line, so they get some of that back. 7 yards on the carry, maybe 8 yards. Makes it a 3rd down and about 12 yards to go for the Rockets.
Kutzma, he's becoming a bigger part of this offense.
Yeah.
Getting a lot more touches. Just went out right now, Prevey into the game to replace him.
A couple of good little backs back there, with especially those counter plays with him and Kyle. A lot of success that we've seen the games. This is our 3rd Randolph game that we've been at. And another low snap, having trouble with the snap, and Kyle's got it. He's going to kind of go forward to about the 20-yard line.
Kutzma picks up about 5 yards.
So it's going to be a 5-yard gain and make it a 4th down and about 8 yards to go now for Randolph. Of course, with no big leg football field goal kicker, it's definitely 4-down territory for the Rockets with about 2:08 left and counting down here in the first half of action. Randolph leading again 16-6. Bringing you the game from the National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth. We had to sweep this thing out. Hasn't been used for a while over here in Cambria. And a timeout taken by the Rockets. Back in 30 seconds after the timeout. Big play coming up for the Rockets. Back after this on Radio Plus.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor. as he does everything to make.
My yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a deer.
Visit Ballwig Implement, Highway 68 West Waupun, and Ballwig Turf and Leisure North, Spring Street Beaver Dam, and online at ballwig.biz.
Used vehicles, homeandauto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at homeandauto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at homeandauto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
We are back at Cambria Friesen High School. A big play here for both teams. Cambria definitely not wanting to give up another score when you're down by 10, and Randolph would really like to take even a bigger lead than the 10-point lead they have right now into halftime.
Just under 2 minutes left here in the half, you're right. Enough time for Randolph to get this in the end zone from the short field.
4th down and 8 now. The Rockets got a good snap here. Been having a lot of little disconnection here with the quarterback in the center, but good snap this time. Hollander gets around the right side. He's got some room, and then he gets tripped up before he gets to the first down marker, and Randolph's going to get the ball up on downs. Good job by the tackler out there. I think that's their quarterback, taking him down. Carter Drews took him right down at the ankles and tripped him up, and Randolph not quite getting enough, but they are winning the field position battle right now with just 1:47 left and the ball sitting at the 10-yard, 15-yard line of the Hilltoppers. That's where they've got to start this drive.
Yeah, it appeared that was a run-pass option and just nobody open downfield, so Alex tucked it in and went. Hey, he got a little shaken up on that play. Came to the sideline, realized he needed to be in on defense.
Yeah, he just ran in to be part of this play, and now he's becoming part of the play. As the Hilltoppers just go student body right on that one, and Randolph did a good job stringing it out and keeping the ball in bounds, and about a 2-yard gain at the most on that play. Makes it a 2nd down and 8, and looks like we'll have another timeout on the field for Cambria. And we'll do the same back in 30 seconds with more football action on Radio Plus.
Dairyland Auto Center in Randolph is the place to bring your vehicle to keep it running its best. Owner Micah Voskill has been working at Dairyland for over 20 years. Their ASE certified mechanics can do everything from replacing your tires, brakes, and battery, oil changes, and simple maintenance to replacing your transmission. And they use quality Napa parts. Pamper your vehicle with a visit to Dairyland Auto Center in Randolph. They wish the Randolph Rockets good luck in today's game.
Cambria Friesen High School by the Hilltoppers, trailing by 10 with 1:26 left, but they got a long way to go. Just about a yard gain on that last play. It's going to be a 2nd down and 9. Randolph doing a lot better job they did in that first drive against Cambria, getting out to the corners and cutting off that edge and turning him up the field.
Yeah, that must have been a point of emphasis in one of the timeouts there. We cannot allow the sideline runs, and got to get a little bit wider maybe in the defensive ends, a little bit wider in the defensive backs, and keep containment. But kind of humorous to watch Alex Hollander. He came off the sideline late getting in on the defensive play.
He never stopped running. The play was going, and he was still running.
He sprinted all the way across the field and just went right in and was part of the group tackle there.
So a 2nd down and 9 with the ball sitting at the 16-yard line. And Drews gets the snap, looking to pass it down the field, being chased right down. He's going to go down. And, he did get a completed pass somehow to one of his teammates, but that could have got picked off for a pick 6. It almost looked like that could happen there, too. But very ill-advised pass by Drews, just flicks it up there, and luckily one of his teammates went and chased it down. And they're going to gain maybe about a yard on the play, making it a 3rd down and 7. Another timeout back in 30 seconds with more football action here on Radio Plus.
If you have any building or remodeling projects in your future, make sure to call Jeff Retajic at Ace in Building and Remodeling Randolph. Ace has been in business for over 20 years and builds new homes, offers complete interior and exterior remodeling and additions, single to multiple car garages, windows, decks and patios, seamless siding and seamless gutters. Ace stands for Achieving Carpentry Excellence. Let them work on your next project. You'll be glad you did. Give Ace in Building and Remodeling a call at 920-326-3624.
Just as that commercial is going, I see Jeff Retajic out there on the field, one of the assistant coaches, and kind of helps take care of some of the business along the sidelines. Yeah, I'm sitting there right down there by the last guy in the line, right by the sideline.
It was a nice play by Thomas Riley, one of the defensive linemen that actually was. He realized the ball was in the air. He peeled out and made the tackle there on the reception. So
for a split second there, I thought he had a chance maybe to grab that ball and take it right in the end zone. It was a dangerous flick of the pass by Drews. And they're getting a bit of Krieger going around the right side. And he does get the corner. Still cuts it back, and he's at the 40, at the 45, the 50, and finally taken down inside the 45-yard line. That's exactly what you don't want him to get ahead of steam coming around the right side, and he did. Got in Randolph territory. We're down to 58 seconds left here in the half.
Nicholas Kutzma with a touchdown-saving tackle.
Yeah, still had a few guys right around him, yet they were helping him block up the field a little bit and got himself up to that. They're going to say he went out of bounds right around the 47-yard line, just outside the 47 on the Randolph side of the field. 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, I would be concerned about that outside edge again. That's where the damage is going to come.
Here we go, Cambria for the 1st and 10. Just under a minute to play. And Drews is going to take it around the right side now himself and gets it out towards the sideline over about the 43-yard line. He'll put him out at the 44, I believe.
Gets out of bounds and stops the clock. It's key.
Tackled by number 21, Ben
A
Paul.
3-yard gain makes it a 2nd down and a long 7 to go now for the Hilltoppers. All sitting right at the 44-yard line of Randolph.
Ben Paul, the tackle, freshman, getting some action.
It's good to see. Always good to see some contributions by the younger guys. You always got somebody coming up with some experience. That's good to see.
Yeah, D7 football, it's what you need. You
Oh,
need
yeah.
an entire school to get involved.
Here we go, and Drews takes the snap, goes back to a pass, looks up the field, and that is on the money, and it's caught, and then luckily for Randolph that the receiver fell down because he was way past anybody from Randolph.
Stops the clock just long enough to set the 1st down here, so everybody's going to be rushing to the line.
It was Brady Sanborn on that reception. He was past everybody, but just kind of fell forward and fell down on his own. Otherwise, he was past everybody, but he's got it down to, not sure where they got it, right around the 11-yard line, 12-yard line or so.
Okay, now the clock gets wound right now.
Now we've got a timeout being taken by the Randolph Rockets. Again, we'll do the same. Back in 30 seconds of more football action on Radio Plus.
Randolph Family Dental understands families. Dr. Ross Werner and his daughters Dr. Madeline Werner and Dr. Muriel Werner Dittman are there to take care of all of your family's dental needs. They are committed to the highest level of care for their patients. And Randolph Family Dental is currently taking new patients. Call them at 920-326-3191. Randolph Family Dental is excited to announce they'll be moving to their brand new facility at 130 Progress Drive in Randolph in early 2023.
I'll have to run over there and see the progress is over on Progress Drive and see their place. I saw it being put up about a month ago when I was heading out towards that side of town in Randolph, but exciting stuff for Randolph Family Dental, putting up a brand new building. Randolph using up their last timeout of the half with 37 seconds left. Cambria would love to put one in the end zone here. First down, and the ball sitting right around the 12-yard line on the Randolph side of the field. So they're threatening right now. But they were, I believe, out of timeouts. Of course, Randolph taking that last timeout. Big few plays here right now in this ball game for both teams.
It's been a good battle, Benny.
Yeah.
Very, very entertaining football game.
Looks like Krieger's going to take it around the left side, and this gets wrapped up right at the ankles and is going to pick up. Yeah, maybe Cambria did have one more timeout left. Gets 5 on the play. It's going to be a second down, maybe 5, possibly 6 yards. We'll keep it right here.
Diedrich Meyer on the tackle, going low, doing a good job of wrapping up.
See what who's going to bend right here, who's going to break, and to see if Cambria is going to get in the end zone or Randolph can keep them out of there with 30 seconds left. Second down and about, I don't know, about 5 yards or so to get a first down for Cambria. You can still get a first down yet. About the 2-yard line.
Yeah, that's exactly right. 5 yards to get a first down, about 7 to get into the end zone, and 30 seconds left right here. Maybe you're getting 2 plays set if you're Cambria, so you don't have to huddle up. If you don't make it in, you're going to have the second play ready to go.
Yeah, we'll see again what Jim Bilesma has up his sleeves, and see what the talk is with the Randolph defense. Trying to fire them up. Don't let them get the edges. Turn them in. Yeah, just what you want on a good rivalry game. Some excitement like this. Teams adjusting what they have to do out there. Maybe some new wrinkles in there, and that's kind of what we're seeing in this ball game. It's been fun to watch.
As we mentioned earlier, both teams very aware of how important the extra points and the 2-point conversions are after scores, and we're seeing that right now with a 10-point lead by Randolph, able to convert on their 2-point conversions.
So here we go. Second down and 6 yards to go. Drews has it, sprinting out to his right, looking to pass the ball, being chased down right now. Turns up the field, gets wrapped up and taken down. Looks like he got himself maybe a yard or 2 on the carry.
Yeah, Chinese fire drill right now.
Yeah, no huddle, got it right back, and they're just going to spike the ball and stop the clock. We're down to 8 seconds left in the half. Nice job defensively covering up those receivers by the Randolph defensive backfield, forcing Drews to take it up the field, and he did get some positive yards, but still, maybe they put him right at the.
They're going to reset the clock now. Make it 11 seconds. So
the big thing is the number out there is the number 4 on the down box. It's fourth down. So another big opportunity for Randolph to let the ball get deep in their territory and see if they can get it back on downs and just stop this drive is the main thing with only 11 seconds left here in the half.
As we said, there's still room to get a first down without scoring a touchdown, but not probably enough time to run another play.
Tom Chase said that Jim Bilesma kind of saves some special plays he doesn't run. This might be one of those spots. If they're going to run one, it would be right to do it right now. Big play in the game.
Pass.
And they're going to throw it in the end zone, and it is caught and a touchdown.
Wow.
And that was thrown by, it looks like Isaac DeYoung tossed it in the end zone. A lot of bodies over there for both teams, and someone came up with it way in that far corner, way away from us in the end zone. And a touchdown for Cambria Friesland, making it 16-12, 8 seconds left. Surprised it only took 3 seconds to run that play.
And I apologize that I can't give you names there. It's very difficult to see the numbers on that far side of the field for us.
Hoping we're going to get some help from the PA announcer, but he didn't have it either.
No.
So. Going for the 2-point conversion. Get it around the right side, and that is in the end zone. And now it's a 16-14 lead for the Randolph Rockets. Well, again, a big drive there for Cambria, taking it down the field. But not a lot of time left on the clock, and managed the clock well, had some big plays, set himself up, and they got it in the end zone with just 8 seconds left in the half. Get the 2-point conversion, now just a 2-point lead.
What a game. It's been an amazing game so far. Very competitive. We need Mr. Kutzma to bust off another kick return right now for Randolph.
Yeah.
I would imagine we may see a squib kick. I think you're going to kick it to him if you're the Hilltoppers.
Say Trevor Krieger had both the touchdown catch in the end zone and the 2-point conversion. It took a while for the PA announcer. He just announced it just now, so he didn't know what it was till someone verified that for him. Big play in the ball game there. So Randolph will get it back. Just the last 8 seconds left here of the first half of action. What a great half it was. Just a 2-point lead for Randolph.
Carter Meredith and Kutzma deep for Randolph. See if we get a line drive squib kick. Yep.
Yeah, they're going to put that. That's going to be kind of bounces around, and Randolph will come up with the ball at the 36-yard line. Down to 5 seconds left.
Time for one play. See what Randolph's got in the arsenal for some kind of a special trick play.
Yeah, it's been fun to call this game. You knew it was going to be like this. It wasn't going to be a runaway train by anybody. And Randolph had their opportunities, got it down deep in Cambria Friesland territory and came up short. And this is where this drive began after they didn't get that. And the ball was sitting probably right around the 15, 16-yard line. Because where Cambria started that drive out and managed that clock perfectly. Giving Randolph only 5 seconds left here.
We're seeing Cambria with 4 defensive backs about 25 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Hollander's going to sprint around the right side and turn it up. And is out of bounds, and we'll see no time left on the clock, and that is the end of the first half of action. What a first half it was. Randolph holding on to a 2-point lead, up 16-14, and Randy and I will be back and talk about that first half of action coming your way in just a few minutes. You're listening and watching Radio Plus.
Roberts Brothers Painting of Randolph is a proud supporter of Randolph Rockets athletics. Family owned and operated since 1958, the Roberts Brothers have the skills, knowledge, and techniques to get your exterior paint job done right, no matter your painting needs. Roberts Brothers Painting uses the finest materials and equipment to guarantee a professional job that you'll be proud of. For more info, visit robertsbrotherspainting.com or give Hugh or Paul, the Roberts Brothers, a call at 326-5103 or 326-6214 for all of your exterior painting needs.
How do you make the most of your land? The Mosers do it with their John Deere Gator XUV 590M. That's how they
Cram a lot of the work in each day.
And with a 900-pound payload capacity, they have the power to move on to what's next.
We're always switching gears.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit Ballwig Implement, Highway 68 West Waupun, and Ballwig Turf and Leisure North Spring Street Beaver Dam, and online at ballwig.biz.
Dairyland Auto Center in Randolph is the place to bring your vehicle to keep it running its best. Owner Micah Voskill has been working at Dairyland for over 20 years. Their ASE certified mechanics can do everything from replacing your tires, brakes, and battery, oil changes, and simple maintenance to replacing your transmission. And they use quality Napa parts. Pamper your vehicle with a visit to Dairyland Auto Center in Randolph. They wish the Randolph Rockets good luck in today's game. Tina from Tea's Cup and Cream invites you to join her and her crew to enjoy one of their iced, blended, or hot specialty coffee drinks. Tea's offers non-coffee drinks and spirits too. Choose from their large selection of homemade baked goods or pick one of the many flavors of chocolate shop ice cream. Tea's has many comfortable places to sit with friends or just be by yourself. Tea's Cup and Cream also has a fun selection of clothing, gift ideas, and seasonal items. Enjoy your next visit to Tea's Cup and Cream at the corner of Stark and High Streets in Randolph. Chad and Tricia Dinkle, owners of Otter's Inn Bar and Grill in downtown Randolph, wish the Randolph Rockets good luck in today's game. Otter's is the perfect place to take friends and family for a delicious meal. Their menu includes a great selection of appetizers, burgers, specialty sandwiches, and pizzas. And they have great daily specials, including their excellent Friday fish fry and juicy and tender prime rib on Saturdays. For an enjoyable dining experience, head to Otter's Inn Bar and Grill, 179 Stark Street in Randolph. Randolph Family Dental understands families. Dr. Ross Werner and his daughters Dr. Madeline Werner and Dr. Muriel Werner Dittman are there to take care of all of your family's dental needs. They are committed to the highest level of care for their patients. And Randolph Family Dental is currently taking new patients. Call them at 920-326-3191. Randolph Family Dental is excited to announce they'll be moving to their brand new facility at 130 Progress Drive in Randolph in early 2023.
Randolph Health Services and Assisted Living has been serving the Beaver Dam, Marquezine, Waupun, Partyville, Ryle, Fall River, and Columbus area since 1972. They're located in the heart of downtown Randolph, a rural community which they're very active, sponsoring many events and benefits, including this game today. They're proud to support residents' continuum of care by offering both assisted living and skilled nursing care. Randolph Health Services and Assisted Living. Randolph.
Marshview Veterinary Clinic is a proud supporter of the student athletes of the Randolph Rockets. The team at Marshview is happily accepting new patients for wellness and surgery. We're also pleased to offer emergency and urgent care services for pets throughout the community. Dr. Jeff Hookstead, Dr. Jackie McIntyre, Dr. Colby McIntyre, and the friendly staff at Marshview look forward to seeing you and your four-legged companions. Go Rockets!
You've put a lot of thought into every detail of your new home, including the flooring. Or you finally decided on the perfect flooring to add life to your current home. Your next move is to call Daryl Vandezand at VZ Flooring to install it for you. He's fully insured and has been in the business for over 18 years, including starting VZ Flooring over 7 years ago. Daryl can install your new carpet, tile, LVP, LVT, and backsplash. Call VZ Flooring at 920-210-4909 to get a free estimate.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezine and Fox Lake offers Kasasa Rewards checking accounts? All Kasasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Kasasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezine and Fox Lake.
We are back at Cambria Friesen High School. Your halftime score, Randolph hanging on to a 2-point lead, 16-14 over the host Hilltoppers of Cambria Friesen High School. Very entertaining first half of action, Randy.
Yeah, back and forth and kind of a lot of momentum swings in this game. It looked like Cambria was really playing well early on and Randolph didn't have any answers, and then all of a sudden, in the middle of that first quarter maybe halfway through the second quarter, all of a sudden Randolph seemed to be the dominant team and taking control defensively and offensively, and then, got stalled, and then all of a sudden here comes the Hilltoppers roaring back, and momentum swung their way. So, yeah, just an absolutely excellent game.
Well, they had a key pass. I got them a first down in that drive in the last minute there, and then they found Trevor Krieger a few times, got a nice long gain into Randolph territory, and ends up being the guy that catches a pass in the end zone and gets a 2-point conversion. So something that Randolph kind of figured out after letting him have his way in that first drive. They kind of stopped it, but not in the last drive. Randolph letting him get those edges and getting big chunks of yards in that last drive.
Well, he's a special player with extreme speed, and you can scheme all you want. Sometimes it's just a matter of getting outran, and we've seen that out of him. He gets that edge, and he does have a second gear that most people do not have, and he accelerates, and it's hard to catch up with him.
Let's take a look at the scoring in the first half of action. 7:06 left in the first quarter. A 45-yard touchdown run from Trevor Krieger. 2-point conversion, no good. 6-0 at that time. But the kickoff after that touchdown, 75-yard touchdown kickoff return from Nicholas Kutzma. And he shot through like a bullet in the last 25 yards. So he's past everybody. And then a 2-point conversion was good, made it 8-6, and that's how we ended the first quarter. Second quarter of action, Randolph was just about ready to complete a drive, and they did with just 8 seconds into the second quarter of action. A 7-yard touchdown run from Brady Prevey, but again, that was another play set up by the quarterback, Alex Hollander, on the option. Last second, dumping it out to Prevey, and he powered his way in the end zone for the last little yard or two of that carry, but that's been pretty effective, that last second pitch outs from Hollander so far in the game.
Yeah, effective and exciting and also a bit dangerous. Makes you hold your breath every time because sometimes he's so close to being lit up on the play that he has to use two hands to pitch the ball. You know, he kind of keeps it up on his shoulder and pitches it out with two hands to make sure he has it secured because he's taking a hit right as the ball leaves his fingertips.
Well, Randolph looked like they had everything under control, and they run a nice drive down the field. They just couldn't complete the drive. Got stalled right around the 15 or 16-yard line. Had to give the ball up on downs with a little over a minute left. So you think that's a pretty good sign here. Randolph's probably going to go into the 10-point lead into the half, but Jim Bilesma and his very fast squad out there turned the tables and ended up scoring a touchdown with just 8 seconds left. It looked like there was a lot of traffic out in that far right side in the end zone there. A lot of white and red jerseys there, and it ends up in the hands of Trevor Krieger, hauls it in for a touchdown, and they do get the 2-point conversion to Krieger also, and got it back to a 2-point lead for Randolph instead of a 10-point lead going into halftime. Pretty impressive drive with just over a minute to play by Coach Bilesman and his Hilltoppers.
Yeah, they list Krieger as 5'8". You know, it's maybe why we couldn't see him. Yeah, that's maybe even being generous. He's not a very tall young man, and somehow he was the one that came up with the ball there. And as you said, a lot of traffic, and somehow it just fell between everyone. We really couldn't see what happened, and all of a sudden he comes up with the touchdown. So, yeah, big play there, and that is why this game has been so exciting.
Again, your score is 16-14 with our halftime here at Cambria Friesen High School, and Randy and I will be back with more of our halftime show. And Randy's got some numbers for us when we come back in just a few minutes. This is a Randolph Rocket and Hilltopper football here on Radio Plus.
The power of intelligent farming is here. The remarkable new T7 Heavy Duty with PLM Intelligence is available now at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown. Built on the legacy of the acclaimed New Holland T7 tractor family, the T7 Heavy Duty delivers leading all-around performance and comfort. You'll see wider, operate quieter, think smarter, and feel stronger. 2 models are available, featuring up to 313 horsepower. Designed for you, by you, the new T7 Heavy Duty with PLM Intelligence lets you put intelligent farming to work right now. See one today at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown.
A reminder for everyone that Ben's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Ben's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Ben's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today. This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net.
How do you make the most of your land? The Mosers do it with their John Deere Gator XUV 590M. That's how they
Cram a lot of the work in each day.
And with a 900-pound payload capacity, they have the power to move on to what's next.
We're always switching gears.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a deer.
Visit Ballwig Implement, Highway 68 West Waupun, and Ballwig Turf and Leisure North Spring Street Beaver Dam, and online at ballwig.biz.
If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. He's been in the business for 10 years and started up Torres Tree Service 3 years ago. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard to get to trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-344-5887.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the home and family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Tina from Tea's Cup and Cream invites you to join Herb and her crew to enjoy one of their iced, blended, or hot specialty coffee drinks. Tea's offers non-coffee drinks and spirits too. Choose from their large selection of homemade baked goods or pick one of the many flavors of chocolate shop ice cream. Tea's has many comfortable places to sit with friends or just be by yourself. Tea's Cup and Cream also has a fun selection of clothing, gift ideas, and seasonal items. Enjoy your next visit to Tea's Cup and Cream at the corner of Stark and High Streets in Randolph. Dairyland Auto Center in Randolph is the place to bring your vehicle to keep it running its best. Owner Micah Voskill has been working at Dairyland for over 20 years. Their ASE certified mechanics can do everything from replacing your tires, brakes, and battery, oil changes, and simple maintenance to replacing your transmission. And they use quality Napa parts. Pamper your vehicle with a visit to Dairyland Auto Center in Randolph. They wish the Randolph Rockets good luck in today's game.
Welcome back to Cambria Friesen High School. Again, we're at halftime with Randolph hanging on to a 16-14 lead here. And see what Randy's got numbers-wise.
Would you like the passing and receiving stats first?
Yeah, whatever you want to do. You know, I definitely appreciate. Oh, don't do the passing.
That's passing. Mr. Alex Hollander is 0 for 1 again unofficially, okay. And obviously that would make nobody with any catches and no yardage for the receivers. So that's why I asked if he wanted that first. So
Well, I know you're spot on with that. So that's a number we can guarantee. That's the right number.
Well, the only question was whether or not they considered one, which was either a lateral or a forward pass, and I think it went down as a lateral.
Lateral, because they put him back some yards. So yeah,
that was my question. But rushing wise for Randolph, Bryce Ratagic, I have him down 4 carries, 22 yards. Alex Hollander 9 carries for 55 yards. Jacob Kyle has 2 carries for 18. Brady Preby 2 carries for 15. Nicholas Kutzma has 6 carries for 31. So that rounds it out for Randolph. And I said Kutzma more and more active in this offense. He's with 6 carries, only led by Alex Hollander with 9 carries in the game. And some of them have come out of desperation. Sometimes he has to tuck it down and run. And he's done a pretty nice job doing that.
There's some scary moments out there, though. There's a lot of mishandled balls. They had like a little stretch in there where the center and the quarterback Alex Hollander were, not on the same page. Some low snaps, some high ones, and he had to gather himself. And by that time, the defense is all over him. So they're trying to keep control of the football. But they seemed like they fixed that up and just got that fixed. But still hurt that they didn't score on that nice drive they had going. It looks like they were going to be the ones that scored at the end of halftime and really put some room between them and the Hilltoppers. But tables were turned, and just a 2-point lead for Randolph going into the second half of action.
Yeah, it's teams run shotgun, and I'll tell you what, if high school kids, I mean, you don't mention a center's name very often because they're just not involved in that many plays, but such an important job and it's really a special skill to be able to long snap like that. And the only time you notice the poor guy is when he makes it a bad snap, which can happen because, they're still 16, 17, 18-year-old young men, and it requires a lot of talent to be able to snap that ball right on target each and every time.
We're going to take another short break, come back with the second half of action here at Cambria Friesen High School. Randolph Rockets leading 16-14 back in just 90 seconds on Radio Plus.
Chad and Tricia Dinkle, owners of Otter's Inn Bar and Grill in downtown Randolph, wish the Randolph Rockets good luck in today's game. Otter's is the perfect place to take friends and family for a delicious meal. Their menu includes a great selection of appetizers, burgers, specialty sandwiches, and pizzas. And they have great daily specials, including their excellent Friday fish fry and juicy and tender prime rib on Saturdays. For an enjoyable dining experience, head to Otter's Inn Bar and Grill, 179 Stark Street in Randolph. Randolph Family Dental understands families. Dr. Ross Werner and his daughters Dr. Madeline Werner and Dr. Muriel Werner Dittman are there to take care of all of your family's dental needs. They are committed to the highest level of care for their patients. And Randolph Family Dental is currently taking new patients. Call them at 920-326-3191. Randolph Family Dental is excited to announce they'll be moving to their brand new facility at 130 Progress Drive in Randolph in early 2023. If you have any building or remodeling projects in your future, make sure to call Jeff Ratajek at Ace in Building and Remodeling Randolph. Ace has been in business for over 20 years and builds new homes, offers complete interior and exterior remodeling and additions, single to multiple car garages, windows, decks and patios, seamless siding, and seamless gutters. Ace stands for Achieving Carpentry Excellence. Let them work on your next project. You'll be glad you did. Give Ace in Building and Remodeling a call at 920-326-3624.
Cambria Friesen High School, Steve Winterhack along with Randy Aramga here, along with Jeff Sauer doing the video streaming for us here, and we're set up in the old press box. I'm not sure if this is what they used to use as their main press box at one time, but we are over here, had to do a little sweeping and cleaning before we got in here, but really we kind of enjoy where we're sitting right now. It's close to the field. It's not a bad vantage point to watch the game.
Yeah, excellent vantage point. And as you said, I had a few sneezes earlier. There's too much dust in my nose. But other than that, yeah, this is great. We have the place to ourselves, the three of us. And, good view of the field.
Yeah, for Cambria, they're going to get the ball back here in the beginning of the second half here. So that's probably excited about that opportunity too.
They finished the first half with momentum, and we'll see if that is going to change here in the second half early on or not.
Yeah, we'll see here with the...
Been a great football game.
Again, the battle with trying to slow down the speed that Cambria has. He did that for most of the first half of action, just in the beginning and the end of it, that they had trouble with it. Ball's taken by Krieger. He's going to sprint around to the right. Likes to go down that side of the field. Cuts it back up right around the... That doesn't quite get to the 30-yard line. Gets taken on the flag at the end of the play.
Not sure what that would be in that situation, unless it was a possible face mask again.
Randolph benefiting from a face mask earlier in the ball game, and looks like they're getting ready to mark this one off against the Randolph Rockets. Yeah, calling a face mask on the Rockets at the end of that play. So they'll get an extra yards on that, and the ball sitting now just shy of the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers, getting us going here in the second half.
Yeah, we mentioned official shortages. I think football has the most problems getting officials, and opportunity to get some work if you're looking for a job.
He's going to take the ball right up the middle in the hands of Isaac DeYoung, it looks like, and he'll get it up to right around the 37-yard line. Picks up 3 yards on the play, makes it 2nd down and 7.
Credit Thomas Riley with the tackle.
Tackled by Riley.
And the benefit of the socks.
Thomas Riley, a 6'2", 206-pound senior.
Big guy stands out there right now. Tight formation again for the Hilltoppers. Two guys with their hands up waiting for a snap. And they're going to go to Krieger, trying to find some room around the right side. And he found some, and he's got himself a first down. Falls forward, finally gets taken down right around the 47-yard line. And that's the battle right now, whether they can keep on doing that in the game against Randolph, or if they can get out there and stop that from happening. This has been the big successful play for the Hilltoppers so far in this game.
Yeah, to expand on your description there, you're exactly right. You see the normal shotgun set, like in the NFL or whatever, and you'll see the quarterback showing his hands and flipping his hands that he's ready for a snap, and here you have two guys doing it at the same time.
This one goes over to DeYoung, and he's going to take it up into Randolph territory, up to maybe just inside the 45-yard line, maybe down to the 44. Going to pick up 8, maybe 9 yards on the play, makes it a second down, and about a yard and a half to go for a first down now for the Hilltoppers. Giving Thomas Riley the credit for being in on that tackle.
Freebie comes out. Jake Dykstra enters the game.
Oh, and then the interior lineman, maybe the right guard over there, taking off along with one of his teammates, and had the wrong snap count and took off too early, and they'll move him back 5 yards. Second down and about 6 yards to go for a first down for Cambria Friesland. And 16-14 the lead for the Randolph Rockets. Early going of the second half. Cambria right now on the move. Just on the Randolph side of the 50-yard line.
2-point conversion, the only difference in this game.
Take the ball around the left side, and they're going to get up to maybe the 45-yard line. Looks like DeYoung on the carry on that for the Hilltoppers.
Jake Dykstra with a tackle, the 6'2" junior.
Third down and 2 now for Cambria Friesland. Ball setting just outside the 45-yard line of Randolph. Not even sure what our schedule is next week. Maybe I do have that here. Been busy. 2 volleyball matches now, finishing up with a football game here at the end of the week. Third down and 2. Just try to take it right up the middle in the hands of DeYoung and moving the pile up, and got himself a first down for the Hilltoppers.
Isaac DeYoung picks up the first down.
Hilltoppers, they do fire off the ball, I'll tell you that. They're quick. The linemen and their special hands guys, they all get a quick start when that ball is snapped.
Yeah, it's just an explosion off the line, and that, that just gets you sometimes the defense just not quite ready for that. So 1st and 10 again for the Hilltoppers on the move right now. The ball just outside the 40-yard line. Randolph hanging on to a 2-point lead, up 16-14. Krieger is going to try to take it around the right side again. Cuts it up. Gets it inside the 40, right up to about the 30-yard line. Just keeps on going and finally taken down right around the 29-yard line.
It's enough for a first down. Just.
Yeah, nice finisher. He's going around that right side and just saw the right time to head it up and get some more positive yards, and finishes strong enough to get the first down. So the ball inside the 30-yard line now, and Cambria on the move.
This is reminiscent of how the game started out. Cambria on a long, explosive drive.
This time DeYoung's going to take it. Goes right of center. He'll get himself a gain of about 4 yards or so.
DeYoung with a gain of 5.
We'll give him 5 on that. Second down and 5 to go now for the Hilltoppers. Ball just inside the 25-yard line.
Cambria, tight formation. Randolph on defense matching it. They're putting everybody in the box. There's literally 11 men in the box defensively.
Krieger likes to take the ball. He's kind of the guy carries it around the right side. DeYoung more up the middle and around the left. This time DeYoung takes it. And going right up the middle with it. And he has it up to about the 20-yard line, maybe inside the 20, and that could be a close to another first down. And they're
just short, I believe.
Yeah, looks like about a yard short. Third down and a yard to go now. The ball just outside of the 15-yard line. Long huddle on this setup for the next play. Third down and about a yard to go now for the Hilltoppers. And they're going to get it off to DeYoung again, and he's going to lunge forward, and he's got himself a first down. They're moving the sticks right now as he gets it inside the 15-yard line down to about the 13. First and 10 again for Cambria Friesland.
Tackled by Padilla.
Certainly anybody's football game yet at this point. See who can make a play here, whether it's defense or offense. Let's wait for some kind of a miscue by either team. You know, it could be the changing point in this game.
And the ball sitting at the 18-yard line. And just bringing it around the left side now, and cutting it up is Krieger. And he loses the ball at the end of the play, and Randolph gets it back. The Rockets get it back. He cut it up and all of a sudden kind of lunged forward as he lost the ball. And Randolph comes up with it and dodges a big bullet on a drive getting close to the end zone on the Randolph side of the field. Big time play for the Randolph Rockets getting it back.
I believe that was Bryce Ratajcic with the big hit. Came from the inside, and I just had mentioned that somebody make a play here, or offense or defensively, who's going to step up? Bryce Ratajcic with the big stick, knocking the ball out.
Right, that 6:19 down on the clock, and getting the ball down deep in Randolph territory, and they give it up. Randolph gets it back at about the 10-yard line, right around there.
It's that counter play again to
Cambria on that this time.
Jacob Kyle.
Maybe about a yard on the play, makes it a 2nd and 9.
Jacob Kyle with a gain of about a yard.
Randolph, they got to get it out of the hole here, at least flip the field if nothing else.
Tackle was made by Drews.
They say the ball's at the 11-yard line. It's kind of far away over there. Those lines aren't real visible over there, so it's hard to see if they were behind the 10-yard line, but they're just a little bit past it. The receivers split out to the right now for the Rockets, and looking over on the right side, that ball is complete in the hands of Diedrich Meyer. Meyer was the lone receiver split out on the left side. They have 3 receivers out on the right side, but Meyer just a little slant in from far out on that left side, and it's a completed pass and a Randolph first down.
Say about 10 yards in that. Needed 9 for the first down. I think it was a 10-yard inside slant, just enough. Send 3 receivers right, and then you go back to your lone guy on the left side.
Yeah, he's looking directly at him right as soon as that ball was snapped.
One-on-one coverage.
Well, Randolph got out of that hole just a little bit, and giving it to Ratajcic up the middle, and he's going to pick up about a yard on the play. Randolph would love to end this one in the end zone and get that 2-score lead again in this ball game. It looked like Cambria was on their way and keeping the sticks moving and getting deep into Randolph territory that they were possibly going to get that lead back in the ball game. So nice job. Big, huge play. Brady Prevey knocking the ball loose and Randolph coming up with it. Now they got 3 receivers out to the left and 1 out to the right. And looking over the right side, just a slant play again, and that's in and out of the hands of Cody DeVries. Just a little low, but definitely a catchable ball there. And then just pretty much the same play just on the other side of the field using DeVries on that play with the 3 receivers split out on the left side of the field, but incomplete pass. Makes it a 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, that's the kind you'd like your receiver to make. Not the greatest throw, could have been on target a little more, but Either way, you hit him in stride there, maybe a big gainer.
A little more tight formation now for the Rockets. Hollander looking up the field. And this one's going to be almost in and out of the hands of Diedrich Meyer. And looks like the defender might have got a fingertip on it or just moved the ball enough to throw off the pass to go in the hands of Diedrich Meyer. He was past the defenders, but a good defensive play to break that one up. Makes it a 4th down and 9 now for Randolph.
Yeah, just a bit of deflection there. Otherwise, that might have been a long touchdown right there. Tough when the ball gets deflected, changes directions right at the last moment.
And Prevey into a punt. Always gets a lot of spin on that one. That gets over the Krieger's head, and he's got away back at about the 26-yard line, kind of directing traffic up there. He cuts it back up the field, gets taken down right around the 41, 42-yard line.
Another good tackle by Diedrich Meyer.
Krieger returns to about the 41.
Yeah, he's just going fast, almost like you're watching a cartoon with those feet going so fast. He's got some fast feet out there and gets it up to the 41-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Hilltoppers.
Well, we are down to 4:08 here in this 3rd quarter. Back and forth action.
Yeah, nothing happened as far as scoring, but again, some big plays. Randolph finally getting that ball back and didn't get very far with it. Had to give it up again. Ball's taken up just right of center. It's a simple play and just follows a hole up the that side of the field and gets himself a nice gain of maybe about 7 yards on the play. Makes it a 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Now with the ball sitting straight away from us, right about the almost the 48-yard line. We're on the Hilltopper side of the field. Again, 16-14, no scoring in the 2nd half.
Randolph short a man right now.
Well, they're not going to get they call timeout as
somebody came off injured and nobody went in for him.
Yeah, Jenkins wasn't going to get out there near in time to, so finally Coach Tom Chase had to call a timeout. So a timeout on the field, back in 30 seconds with more Randolph Rocket football on Radio Plus.
Marshview Veterinary Clinic is a proud supporter of the student athletes of the Randolph Rockets. The team at Marshview is happily accepting new patients for wellness and surgery. We're also pleased to offer emergency and urgent care services for pets throughout the community. Dr. Jeff Hookstead, Dr. Jackie McIntyre, Dr. Colby McIntyre, and the friendly staff at Marshview look forward to seeing you and your four-legged companions. Go Rockets!
Okay, timeout Randolph had to take with not having enough guys out on the field, so not looking at having to take a timeout in a close game like this. And a quarter and then 3 minutes left in the ball game yet, so not a happy coach right now with Tom Chase out there having to call that timeout.
Yeah, one of the Randolph players, he was sprinting to the sideline, indicating that he was hurt. He needed a replacement, and nobody recognized it immediately. And big Lane Jenkins trying to get on the field, but just a little late getting out there. Randolph decided better to burn a timeout than not. But yeah, I find these formations interesting. Both teams really tight, offense and defense. There's nobody within 3 yards of the line, farther away than 3 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Oh. We got a little movement ahead of time for the Hilltoppers. That'll move him back 5 yards.
He's calling that on the center, saying he moved the football. Moved it twice. You can move it and not snap it. You're going to get that call all day.
Okay. We'll put the marker back down at about the 42-yard line. So 2nd down and 8 yards to go.
Seeing just power football right now by the Hilltoppers. Everybody in tight. And pretty much running center of the field.
Krieger's going to use usual play around that right side, and then we got a flag after Randolph does stop the play over there, but a flag toward the end of that play.
Flag on the play.
Game has been pretty clean. Very few penalties for a high school football game.
See what they do with this one.
Holding
penalty. Do have some scores. Big Nate Young, he was out there in the Twitter world. Milton leading Beaver Dam at halftime 22-18. St. Mary Catholic Valley Christian 16-0 over Oakfield in 8-man football. Fond du Lac 21-7 at halftime over Oshkosh North. Lords leading Johnson Creek 14-0.
Oh, that's a good one for.
Yeah. Watertown, we mentioned that one. Well, no, we didn't. Watertown over Beaver Dam 14-7. Kakwana, we talked about. That's not right on that. Amro over Lamira 14-7. Flyway game, and Springs 49-6 over North Fond du Lac in the third quarter. So what do we get for a penalty out there?
Yeah, big penalty, holding.
Okay.
Marked off from the point of the foul. It's going to make it about 2nd and 20.
Yeah, that's about right where it's at. 2nd and 20, and the ball's all the way back to about the 31-yard line. We'll try to take it on the left side. Krieger is, and he's got some room right now, and is going to get taken down right around the 40. About almost half of that back on that carry. Good patient runner, and then he decides to kind of pick a spot when things are kind of running out on him and try to get something a little more positive on it. And just shy of the 40-yard line.
Jake Dykstra out there on the outside kind of set the edge. He forced him to go back inside, and as you said, once Krieger decides to go straight up the field, he really accelerates. And Randolph doing a pretty good job making sure he doesn't get to the sideline where he can get some open field.
Third down and about 11 yards to go for the Hilltoppers. Big opportunity here for Randolph. See if they can force a punt. Drews gets it, rolls out to the right, being chased from behind by Ratajic's almost got there, and they finally did get to him. Ratajic gets there, he was chasing him all along the way. And
good coverage downfield, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, look at 5, 6 defenders in that area. Nobody open.
Any of his teammates, we saw it the whole way. It was right in line with us here, and Ratajcic just chasing him from behind and just wraps him up for another big loss. So it's going to be a 4th down, and again back to about 20 yards away for a first down. And
credit the great coverage downfield there by the defensive backs. Uh-oh, we got a penalty now, late one. Flag just came out. Now he's counting.
Guys, maybe too many people on the field.
He's counting men, yeah.
Yeah. So, somebody's got to come if that's what time to count on myself. All your 11.
Yeah, there's 12 on the
12.
field.
Okay,
there are 12.
So here comes.
That's Kutzma coming off, but he's one of the deep guys in punt coverage. Okay, now he's going back. Out's coming.
Big Lane Jenkins coming off the field.
That could possibly be due back to that injury earlier that now they've got different personnel and on punt return as well.
So Meredith and Kutzma back to return punt. They're going to go back now. The punter is committed to going back there. The low line driver, and that's just going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say it went out of bounds right around the 37-yard line. Nice job by the Randolph Rockets forcing a punt. They've got the ball back, still hanging on to that 2-point lead with 1:31 left here in the third quarter of action at Cambria Friesen High School. 16-14 their lead. Your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard.
Poor Mr. Nicholas Kutzma. Everybody was yelling at him to get off the field. He's like, hey, I'm the deep guy. I'm always returning punts.
Yeah.
Until he figured out it wasn't him. He sent him back out. Kind of the most important guy on the punt return.
One of the two. Randolph gets it back. Kyle in motion. They're going to hand it to Ratajcic up the middle, and he's going to force the pile up to right around the 40-yard line. Pick up of about 3 yards on the play. That was fun being getting that good view of that play and that sack on the quarterback with Ratajcic. Drews was kind of directing traffic looking down the field and didn't know he's being pursued from directly behind, and finally made the play, and that forced him to a punt after that.
Yeah, nowhere to go with the ball.
No.
As I said, just blanketed every receiver down the field.
And again, we got a flag toward the beginning of that play. I'm not sure what they're. Something looked a little awkward with what was going on with Randolph on that play.
It's coming from the side, Judge.
There is a flag on the play.
I thought it came after the snap, though, so I'm not sure if that was if the play counts or not.
Not sure.
No, illegal shift. So yeah,
Okay.
that play never happened.
Yeah, something looked awkward with it with me when it was happening, and so move it back 5 yards back to the 35-yard line. Down to 49 seconds and counting down here in the third quarter. No score at all in the third quarter of action here at Cambria. We'll look down the field, and that one gets knocked down. Trying to get the ball over to Cody DeVries. He's doing that simple little slant over from the right side and toward the middle of the field, but a good defensive play there by the Cambria Friesen Hilltoppers. Second down, third down, about 12 yards to go now.
Falling asleep on the chain gang there, but yeah, that's definitely third down. I guess when you have a 2-point game, every play is big, but yeah, it seems to be another huge play here for Randolph.
3 receivers split out to the right now for the Rockets, 1 out to the left, and Alex Hollander looking up the field. He's in trouble. He's going to go down and kind of laid the ball down as he was going down, and it's going to be Cambria Friesen football. He kind of gives it up at the end. He's trying to hold himself up with the football and ends up losing the ball, and a turnover, a big one now for Cambria Friesen, well into Randolph territory.
Set with himself, usually stays in on defense. He's coming in asking for someone to come in and replace him. Disappointed in himself there for getting the football on the grass.
Big Travis Alvin walking the sidelines, kind of sticks out there. And along with Sam Grigger following, a couple of state champion basketball players, their 2 main scorers.
Yeah, Travis looks good.
A little run just right of center. And some positive yardage on that one, maybe about a 5-yard carry for Cambria. Makes it a second down and 5 to Young on the carry. Hollander checking back in. Coming out is Ben Paul. Yeah, a couple big turnovers. One that prevented Cambria from scoring here in the third quarter. Now they're going to let the clock run out, and that's the end of 3 quarters. Cambria, though, threatening on this drive. We'll come back with what should be an exciting fourth quarter in just 1 minute. Randolph Rocket football on Radio Plus.
Life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company can help financially protect your loved ones by replacing a portion of your income if you were to pass away. That means your family will have the help they need to maintain their quality of life and pursue their dreams. Get the peace of mind you deserve by protecting what matters most. Contact Christine File Agent at 11 South Watertown Street in Waupun or call 920-324-3488 today. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit Ballwig Implement, Highway 68 West Waupun, and Ballwig Turf and Leisure North Spring Street Beaver Dam, and online at ballwig.biz.
Welcome back to Cambria Friesen High School. Again, turnovers have been costly for both teams. Cambria giving the ball up with about 6:19 left in the third quarter. Randolph getting it back deep in the Randolph territory, but didn't go anywhere with it. And then Randolph now giving it up right at the end of the third quarter. And Cambria's got some great field position, sitting at a second down and about 5 yards to go. The ball sitting right around the 18-yard line. Give it to DeYoung around the right side. He's going to carry a few players with him. Nice hard run, just a little right of center by, actually it looked like, was it Brady Sanborn or was it DeYoung out there?
Yeah, can't help you. Yeah,
DeYoung, that was DeYoung.
Tackled by Daniel Brown, the sophomore, 6 foot, 234.
Tackle was made by
Padilla.
I got Daniel Brown on my 60. A couple of guys in on the play, but you're going to measure this one.
I go to Taco Bell. Do you get a quesadilla?
I get it.
A quesadilla. I don't know. I'm pretty sure his name is Padilla.
Yeah. Yeah, I know enough about the language to know that 2 L's makes a Y. This is close. This is short by an inch.
By about an inch, yeah. He showed what it was the head official did, and it's just short of the first down. So, third down and about an inch to go now for Cambria Friesland. Getting deeper into Randolph territory. Ball, according to the scoreboard, is down at the 12-yard line right now.
Yeah, rivalry. Close proximity of these two teams, and it's coming down to just inches in these games.
It's being equipment. I'm not sure what they're doing out there. The delay right now.
Losing our sign here.
Yeah.
The wind picking up a little bit now.
Yeah.
Just a bit. Stuck to some pretty old wood, so.
Here we go, 3rd and inches. Get someone to maybe jump up front, but everybody held their spots, and looks like the Hilltoppers got themselves a first down right around the 10-yard line or so. Yeah, first down for Cambria. They're marking it, so it was close.
Yeah, it was.
Good job. They had to think about it a little bit, but finally told them to move the sticks. And ball sitting about the 12-yard line on there, but looks like more like the 10-yard line.
Randolph has only ran 6 offensive plays here so far in the second half. Crazy.
Another series of downs here for the Cambria Friesland Hilltoppers. So try to take it right up the middle and pile of bodies there. Maybe about a 2-yard gain or so on the play. Makes it a second down and 8 yards to go. The ball's sitting at right around the 8-yard line. It looks like they can get a first down.
Yes.
Drews picks up about 3 yards.
Not sure where they're getting some of these numbers on the board. So now they have it down to the right. They were a little off on what they had for where the ball was before. Well, kind of an extreme angle and across the field for us to see exactly. Time they're going to give it to Krieger going around the left side again. Cuts it up, and he is into the end zone. A touchdown for the Hilltoppers. 6-yard run from running back Trevor Krieger. Cambria has got the lead back. And the lead very briefly for about 12 seconds till Randolph ran that kickoff back and got the 2-point conversion. And this is the first time they've led since that point of the ball game.
Again, big time conversion right here for both teams.
Yeah, going for a 2-point conversion again. I don't think Cambria has anybody that they would want to put out there to try to kick a field goal.
They might not get this play off. Just.
Drews is rolling out to his left and underthrows that one to a receiver that did have a little space there, had an opportunity, but that's incomplete. And 20-16 the score with 10:53 left in the ball game in favor of the Hilltoppers. Don't go away. Should be an exciting fourth quarter. Back after this on Radio Plus.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Okay, Randolph trailing now by a score of 20-16. 10:53 left on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. And a turnover, kind of setting that up, and the Cambria Friesen finishing up the drive to get in the end zone on a 6-yard run from Trevor Krieger. Extra point, 2-point conversion, no good.
Plenty of time left for both teams here, I'll tell you that.
That's for sure.
Somebody can take control here late in this game.
Meredith and Kutzma again back to receive the kick. Another low line driver, and that's taken by Prevey, who's down on one knee to pick it up, which means you are down. As soon as you get taking the football and your knees down, you are done.
And he had some room in front of him too. He could have picked up another 10 yards at minimum.
Yeah, it's just a baseball thing to do. Get down there and sometimes get down that one knee to block it. But still good field position for Randolph with the ball just shy of the 38-yard line on their side of the field. But how many times did they run how many plays did they have, or did they run?
They only have them for 3 running plays and 3 passing plays here in the second half.
Wow. Meyer split out to the left, and they're going to pitch it out last second over to Kyle. Slips and slides and tries to get something, maybe back to the line of scrimmage is all he could do. Going to get maybe a half yard on the play, but lost his footing trying to cut it up and get a little power before he was going to get hit. So second down and about 9.5 yards to go for Randolph.
Division 7 football, pretty physical game. Some big hits going on out here.
A lot at stake, a lot of pride here between these teams. Big, huge rivals. One receiver out left, one out right. Prevey in motion. They go the counter, and Cambria is starting to get on that. The last few times Randolph was trying to run that, as they give it to Kutzma, and they're all over it the last few times. No gain on that play. Back to a third down and about 10 yards to go for the Rockets.
Tackle was made by Dienger.
Little discrepancy in what plays coming into the game. Here we go. Prevey's out. Bring Carter Meredith into the game.
Just got to get something going right now. Trying to get that lead back, trailing by 4, 20-16. Down to 9:30 and counting down in the ball game. And then we have a delay of game is going to get called on the Randolph Rockets. Didn't get it off on time. They're going to go back 5 more yards, make it a third down and 15 yards to go.
Yeah. It all started with the indecision getting the play in the game there. I know it was a couple of different personnel changes before they finally got the play in.
Okay.
They don't know if they're gonna huddle up or not.
Guess not. Everybody in their spots right now. Meredith's getting out in the slot right now on the left side. I don't think he really kind of had his hands out. He wasn't sure what was going to be going on in the play. Looking up the field and trying to find Meredith along the sidelines, but that's going to drift out of bounds. Did have a step on everybody right kind of alone for a while down the sidelines and put a little bit too much air on it and a little too far and a little too far left. Incomplete pass makes it a 4th down now for Randolph.
Saw Carter. He had some distance between him and the defense there, and
maybe that's a play where you act like you're confused, like you don't know what's going on, and then you are the guy they're trying to get it to.
Doing the punting, number 12, Brady Prevey.
Prevey into punt. It's going to land at the 40, and oh boy, that's a really nice one. Going to get about 14 yards of bounce after that, down to about the 26-yard line. Nice punt by Brady Prevey, but the ball back in the hands of Cambria Friesen. They have the lead up by 4, 20-16. Randolph's got to find some way to slow down the Hilltoppers. Got the offense going the last couple of drives they've had in the ball game, and now find themselves trailing in the game.
Yeah, I called for it earlier, somebody on defense to make a big play and see if we can get another big stick here and possibly a turnover.
So 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers at their own 26-yard line. Still staying in a tight formation yet. So Krieger's trying to take it on the left side, gets hit right away, and still falls forward and self a little bit out of that of about a 2-yard gain. Makes it a 2nd down and 8 to go.
I find it interesting that the Hilltoppers, they run to the short side of the field a lot when they try and run those sweeps. And it certainly makes it easier on the defense, but I guess maybe your thought process is that everybody thinks you're going to go to the wide side and give you more grass to run on, but they run it to the near side often from that hash mark.
2nd down and 8 now for Cambria Friesland. And they're going to get the ball over to DeYoung, and he's going to power his way up to just short of the 35-yard line, maybe the 34-yard line he gets. Pick up about 5 yards on the play, makes it a 3rd down and about 3 to go now for the Hilltoppers.
Crunch time once again.
Jeez.
Tight game. See who can step up and make a play.
3rd and 3, another big play in the ball game. I'm going to get it out to Krieger, trying to get around the left side with it. And he's got himself 1st down and some more. Just that simple play, they've been running it, but they run it well, and those guys pull out there in a hurry to be lead blockers for him around that. And then he's got that speed, too, to get him a few more yards and gets it up to the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers.
Crowd here for Randolph, along with the reserves on the sideline right now, trying to encourage that team to somebody step up and get a stop right now.
7:14 left in the ball game. Cambria with the ball and a 4-point lead, up 20-16. Finishing touches by Rich, one of our sponsors. Place to go for some luxury vinyl plank and luxury vinyl tile carpeting.
Not sure what's going on
I'm
right
not sure.
now.
The clock's not running, and
the little officials are having some conversation, but they have not wound the clock yet. Maybe to Randolph's benefit.
They put some more time back on because it was down to 7:14. Now it's at 7:20.
Yep, that was the issue, I think, clock.
So again, 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers. 7:20 left in the contest. And Drews has it. Turns up the field and gets taken down right around the 46-yard line. Pick up about 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7 to go. And talking about finishing touches by Rich on Main Street in Waupun. Get your carpeting there. Get your cabinets designed. He can order those for you. Countertops. And again, great quality stuff at some of the best prices you're going to find anywhere. Better than going to the big box stores. Stop down by Rich Osterhaus at Finishing Touches by Rich on Main Street in Waupun. 2nd down and 7 now for Cambria Friesland. 6:40 and counting down to the game. It's like Krieger possibly getting the ball, and he's going to pick up maybe another 2 yards. Well, maybe one of their big guys.
Tadgic on the tackle, I think, Number of guys, though it's such a tight formation, but Tadgic with the main hit there.
So it's a 3rd down and about 4 yards to go. See if Randolph's up to the task right now. Maybe stop them right here, maybe force a punt, get that ball back in their hands.
It would make for an exciting finish.
Yeah.
Randolph having one more opportunity to go in, only down by 4.
Cambria Friesen making sure they get down to they're getting counted down right now and not set yet. And finally the coach calls, I believe, a timeout to save them from having to go back. That would have been a huge penalty at that time. So call timeout before they get rung up for delay a game. Timeout on the field, back in 30 seconds with more Randolph Rocket football after this on Radio Plus.
The power of intelligent farming is here. The remarkable new T7 Heavy Duty with PLM Intelligence is available now at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown. Built on the legacy of the acclaimed New Holland T7 tractor family, the T7 Heavy Duty delivers leading all-around performance and comfort. You'll see wider, operate quieter, think smarter, and feel stronger. 2 models are available, featuring up to 313 horsepower. Designed for you, by you, the new T7 Heavy Duty with PLM Intelligence lets you put intelligent farming to work right now. See one today at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown.
We are back at Cambria Friesen High School. A timeout had to be taken by Cambria Friesen, just about a second and a half away from getting called for a delay of game. Don't want to lose the situation they're in. A 3rd down and 4 would have been a 3rd down and 9 right at midfield. Don't want to have that here, so they wisely called a timeout. Randolph's got to get that ball back. Getting down to 5:45 left in the game, still with a 4-point deficit.
Allows both teams to talk it over right now and see what they come up with. Maybe something special out of the Hilltoppers here on offense. Randolph to try and just motivate the defense to make a stand.
3rd and 4. Again, with the ball sitting just past the 48-yard line on the Hilltopper side of the field. In the hands of Krieger trying to make that corner. He's getting pushed back right now, but he does turn it up and does not quite get to midfield even, and Randolph does a good job keeping Krieger from getting those big gains he's been getting in the game. He's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. It's going to be a 4th down and about 2, maybe 3 yards to go for a 1st down. Big play right here in the game with the ball sitting right at the 50. What do you do now?
Yeah, you have to punt the ball away. I think you can't go for it. I don't think you can. I mean, it would be a radical decision if they do.
Yeah.
But
well, Cambria's been pretty good on defense here in the second half, so they definitely want to lose the field position battle.
Tight formation. Now they're going to drop.
Okay, Randolph sending Kutzma back to receive the punt. Goes back and is going to let it drop, and luckily for Randolph, it kind of takes a sideways bounce and looks like right around the 20-yard line is where Randolph will take over with 4:47 left in the game, trailing 20-16 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Randy and Steve, along with Jeff, bringing you the game from the National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth. I don't think this place has been open for about 2-3 years since the last time we were here, about 2-3 years ago.
Not bad though.
No, this is a great place. I remember that last time we liked being here.
It's a little creepy up here, so a lot of spiders and bugs and bird droppings. But once I swept it up, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. And they give the ball, I should say, in the hands of Hollander around the right side before he goes out of bounds.
Going to get about maybe 5.
Say 5 or a little more on that carry. We'll have to put something like set the broom somewhere in a certain way and see if when we come back here in 2 years if it's still sitting there like that. So Alex getting himself some good positive yards for the Randolph Rockets, plus getting out of bounds, stopping the clock at 4:42.
Always interesting to see the Didion plant in the background here.
Yeah.
The lights high in the sky.
Yeah, you go to the big major league ballpark cities, and you got the big skyscrapers, and we've got the corn silos over there. Hollander going back to pass, has to kind of reverse directions, looking way down the field, trying to. And I tell you, there's going to be a penalty on this one for sure. Yeah, he was being held the whole way. No surprise, the defender looked surprised, but he had him right by the waist, right in front of the official. Just those two guys right in front of him. Easy call, everybody yelling it because it was still happening yet, and easy call for the officials on that one.
Yeah, Cody DeVries, the intended receiver, definitely being held up and kind of flopping his arms around too to sell the call.
Yeah, you got to sell it besides, but he did have him right around the side. on each side and had them kind of wrapped up from getting to the ball and getting down further down the field on them.
Yeah, one thing in high school, it doesn't go at the spot of the foul. That's going to be a 15-yard mark-off, I believe, and automatic first down.
Yeah. Big play there for the Randolph Rockets, getting a first down, and they're going to put it down right at the 40-yard line.
Can't help but chuckle. Your official there, the larger official, can't even bend down to put it down. He just drops it from the waist.
Here we go. 1st and 10. The counter again, and they go over to Jacob Kyle, and he's got himself about a 5-yard gain right up to the 45-yard line. Yeah, something exciting is going to happen here in the last 4:16 and counting down in the ball game. Everything you want out of this game between these two rivals. 5-0 Cambria Friesen coming into this game undefeated, and Randolph disappointing loss last week against Johnson Creek, losing by a point, sitting at 4-1. A must-win here for Randolph. Well, this ball is loose, and then having to fall on it are the Rockets. Someone kind of squirts right by the feet of the quarterback, Hollander, out there, and that's a big play in the wrong direction for Randolph. Going to lose about 6 yards on the play.
Once again, that's the threat of running shotgun all the time in high school. Difficult job for that center to be on target consistently.
A 3rd down and 11 yards to go. The ball sitting now at the 39-yard line of Randolph. They need right up to midfield to the 50-yard line. They get some of that back right now. Hollander has it, and he's wrapped up by a bunch of the Hilltoppers, and he's going to pick up maybe a yard, maybe 2 yards on the play. Makes it a 4th down and 9 with 3 minutes and counting down in the game.
We'll see what decision Randolph makes here.
They were running out of time. You almost got to go for it now with a 4th down and almost 10 to go. Trailing by 4. Randolph set up to go for it with 3 receivers split out to the left. Kutzma split out to the right by himself. Kurtagic in the backfield along with Hollander. Hollander gets the snap, looking to the left. There's the receivers down there trying to find Kutzma down the field, and that's going to be off target, a little bit ahead of him. Incomplete pass. And Randolph's going to come up short and have to give the ball back to the Cambria Friesen Hilltoppers. With the ball be right around the 40-yard line of Randolph. 2:25 left in the contest. Wow.
Rockets went for it. Get it all on one play. Came pretty close to hitting the big play.
Yeah, Randolph definitely the team that could least afford to lose this game. If they had any thoughts of winning this conference, this would give them their 2nd loss. Something drastic happens here in the last 2:25. And up with 2 timeouts left.
Personnel problems again for Randolph.
Yeah,
Not sure how many guys need to be on the field.
And it's like about a 5-yard carry up to about the 35-yard line on their first down play. Randolph will have to take a timeout. They do. We will take a 30-second timeout, be back with more of this game. Randolph against Cambria Friesen, back after this on Radio Plus.
Excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Warner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
Well, Randolph having trouble moving the ball in that second half of action, not getting into the end zone at all. They took a 16-14 lead into halftime, giving up that touchdown with about 8 seconds left in the half to Cambria Friesen. Really made a huge difference in the ball game, and then giving up the lead finally with a 10:53 left in the 4th quarter. And Randolph again, the offense just kind of sputtering. A little confusion. I'm a little worried about that with Randolph during a lot of plays and wrong personnel out there and some little confusion with their players in this ball game.
A lot of good things done, but then a few mistakes, along the way, putting the ball on the ground a couple of times.
Well, the Young's going to follow his blockers up to maybe just a little shy of the first down. And another quick timeout taken by the Rockets. We'll keep it right here. Looking at who these teams play coming up next week, it'll be Randolph at home against Racine Lutheran, and Partyville is the opponent for Cambria Friesen at Partyville against the Bulldogs coming up next Friday night.
Yeah, another tough road trip there, I would think, going up there.
Jeff, do you have Waupun football tomorrow? Yeah, I do. Who does Waupun play tomorrow? Sheboygan Falls. We'll have that game for you. Jeff will have that for you. Video streaming at what time? At 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. You can watch that game and listen to it on radioplusinfo.com. So thanks Jeff for doing his video streaming and covering those Waupun games too.
Well, 3rd down and short here. I'll tell you what. Hilltoppers get a first down, it's pretty much game over. So
2:10 left on the clock.
You're going to see some power football right up the middle right now.
3rd down and about a yard to go, and
it's going to be close.
I don't know. It's going to be real close. They're going to give him the first down.
Yep, they are.
Yeah, first down, and that will be the end of the ball game as they can pretty much run the clock out. 2:06 left. Well,
it's 2:06. As soon as they set the chains, the clock should wind, and
they'll let her run down. Oh yeah, winding the clock down now, down to 2 minutes. This will be a disappointing loss here for the Randolph Rockets. Opportunities in the ball game, losing on a nice drive when they had a nice drive going in that 3rd quarter, and then giving up the ball. And they did get the benefit of a fumble by Cambria Friesen when they were very deep into Randolph territory. With about 6:19 left in the 3rd quarter at that time, got it back.
As you said, entertaining, exciting football.
Snapped the ball down to under a minute and a half left in the game, but wow, huge ball game here between the rivals, and Randolph's going to come up on the short end of a 20-16 ball game. And this one's going to smart because it's going to give them probably no opportunity to win the Trailways Conference. Got 2 other teams that were sitting at 2-1 besides them, actually 3 other teams, and then you had the undefeated Cambria Friesen Hilltoppers, who everybody in the conference needed for Randolph to win this ball game tonight, if you were chasing them. Another snap, another knee, 49 seconds and counting down in the game. We got a disappointing loss here at Cambria against the Hilltoppers, but a couple of very good coaches, Tom Chase and Jim Bilesma, going at it here in this ball game, and pretty nice Division 7 football being played here today. One more knee, and this should be it here in the ball game. And down to 15 seconds left, and Randolph's going to lose this game to Cambria 20-16. Cambria stays undefeated on the season, and Randolph picks up their 2nd loss in as many weeks. They lost to that really hurts, that losing that game last week by 1 point to Johnson Creek.
Yeah, 2 heartbreakers.
Wow.
I'll tell you that.
So again, Randolph, short end of a 20-16 game here at Cambria. We'll come back and talk about the game in just a few minutes on Radio Plus Connection to Sports.
Randolph Family Dental understands families. Dr. Ross Werner and his daughters Dr. Madeline Werner and Dr. Muriel Werner Dittman are there to take care of all of your family's dental needs. They are committed to the highest level of care for their patients. And Randolph Family Dental is currently taking new patients. Call them at 920-326-3191. Randolph Family Dental is excited to announce they'll be moving to their brand new facility at 130 Progress Drive in Randolph in early 2023. Roberts Brothers Painting of Randolph is a proud supporter of Randolph Rockets athletics. Family owned and operated since 1958, the Roberts Brothers have the skills, knowledge, and techniques to get your exterior paint job done right, no matter your painting needs. Roberts Brothers Painting uses the finest materials and equipment to guarantee a professional job that you'll be proud of. For more info, visit robertsbrotherspainting.com or give Hugh or Paul, the Roberts Brothers, a call at 326-5103 or 326-6214 for all of your exterior painting needs. If you have any building or remodeling projects in your future, make sure to call Jeff Ratajik at Ace in Building and Remodeling Randolph. Ace has been in business for over 20 years and builds new homes, offers complete interior and exterior remodeling and additions, single to multiple car garages, windows, decks and patios, seamless siding, and seamless gutters. Ace stands for Achieving Carpentry Excellence. Let them work on your next project. You'll be glad you did. Give Ace in Building and Remodeling a call at 920-326-3624. Chad and Tricia Dinkle, owners of Otter's Inn Bar and Grill in downtown Randolph, wish the Randolph Rockets good luck in today's game. Otter's is the perfect place to take friends and family for a delicious meal. Their menu includes a great selection of appetizers, burgers, specialty sandwiches, and pizzas. And they have great daily specials, including their excellent Friday fish fry and juicy and tender prime rib on Saturdays. For an enjoyable dining experience, head to Otter's Inn Bar and Grill, 179 Stark Street in Randolph.
And the celebration on the field right now for the Cambria Friesen Hilltoppers. You can see how much it meant to them to knock off Randolph here by a score of 20-16 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Pretty entertaining game, though, between these two teams, but a great job defensively by the Hilltoppers in that second half to shut down Randolph.
Yeah, tough game, hard-played game. Both teams had their opportunities, and credit Coach Bilesma and his team, and they just fought hard at the end and came through and really defensively made a great stand. And you're right. The Cambria Friesland fans not leaving the bleachers yet. They're here to celebrate a little bit.
Yeah, so they're in greet them when they come off the field and everything else. So, yeah, this is a huge one. I love these rivalry games. It means so much, and it hurts so much for the team that does not get the W in the game. But let's just quickly look at the game and the scoring, how it all happened. 7:06 left in the first quarter. Cambria Friesen with a 45-yard touchdown run from Trevor Krieger. 2-point conversion, no good. Randolph answers immediately with a 75-yard kickoff return for a touchdown for Nicholas Kutzma. And 2-point conversion was good, made it 8-6. That's how we ended the first quarter. With 11:52 left, a 7-yard touchdown run. Brady Prevey getting the pitch out from his quarterback, Alex Hollander. 2-point conversion good to Meredith. 16-6 was the lead then for the Randolph Rockets. Looked like they were going to take that score into the halftime, but with a little over a minute left and about 84 yards to go for the Hilltoppers. But they score with 8 seconds left in the half. A 8-yard touchdown run from Trevor Krieger. 2-point conversion good, and made it 16-14 going into halftime. And nobody scored in the second half. Opportunities there. Randolph stopping a drive by the Hilltoppers deep in Randolph territory with 6:19 left, but Randolph returns the favor and has a turnover that Cambria Friesland converts on. They get the touchdown. They get not the 2-point conversion, though, but it was a 20-16 lead for Cambria Friesland, which they held all the way to the end of the ball game. But I said hats off to Cambria Friesland with that nice drive at the end of the half and how the defense played against Randolph in the second half to win this ball game 20-16.
I don't have a lot to add.
Yeah, that's about all there is.
There wasn't a whole lot of stats in the second half. I'll quickly do them. Ratajik 6 for 26. Hollander had 11 carries, 62. Jacob Kyle 5 for 25. Brady Prevey 2 for 15. And Nicholas Kutzma 7 for 31. And
or the passing yards?
1 of 5 for Alex Hollander for 10 yards. And that was completed to Diedrich Meyer. He had the only reception in the game for Randolph.
So that's about it. We were, entertained. It was a good Division VII football game here. A couple of rivals going at it, and they went right down to the end of the ball game. A close game, but Cambria Friesland holding court on their home field here and winning 20-16 to stay undefeated, 6-0 on the season, 4-0 in conference play. Randolph getting their second conference loss, essentially pretty much taking them out of any chance to win the Trailways this year, but they'll be back on the field coming up next week in Randolph against Racine Lutheran. Cambria Friesland will be at Partyville, an important game depending on what they did tonight. They were one of the 2-1 teams coming into the night. They'll be taking on the Bulldogs over at Partyville coming up next Friday night. And don't forget Waupun Warrior football at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Jeff Sauer on the call and the video streaming on that game right on Radio Plus. Thanks to Jeff. Thanks to Randy for joining me here tonight. We had a great vantage point after we got this. Randy got this all swept out in here. And again, a fun night. Just feels like a football Friday night. The temperatures and everything. Have yourself an excellent weekend. I know we got a little rain in the forecast, but enjoy your weekend. And hope you enjoyed our presentation tonight on Radio Plus. Randolph losing 20-16 to Cambria Friesland. This has been Rocket Football on RadioPlusInfo.com.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Home and Family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.